All right, so good morning. Please be advised that this forum is being recorded. We are here for the industry forum for project T-2325, Operational Back Office System, also known as OBOS project. I am Shannon Bush, the Contracts and Procurement Manager here at THEA. This pre-recorded presentation is for informational purposes only and is not contractually binding by the authority. The advertised RFP will be the binding contractual document. To start things off, we're going to do introductions of the staff here in the room.
Hi, this is Tim Garrett. I am the Chief Operating Officer at the Tampa-Hillsborough Expressway Authority.
Good morning, Mark Hicks, Tolls Consultant to THEA and OBOS Project Manager.
Good morning, Sherry Callahan, Director of IT and Security for THEA.
Good morning, Pedro Leon, IT Manager for THEA.
Brian Ramirez, Communications Project Manager.
Okay. We're going to go over the cone of silence. Any communication directly or indirectly to seek to encourage any specific result in connection with an authority selection process, including but not limited to written communications, any and all forms of electronic communications or messaging, including social media, oral communications, either in person or by telephone, initiated by a proposer or through a lobbyist, agent, or third party to any authority employee, technical advisor, and/or committee board member who is a member of any committee constituted for the purposes of ranking submissions, making recommendations, or making an award, is prohibited from the time that the procurement is released to the time that the award is made. Proposers or persons acting on their behalf may not contact members of the evaluation committee, other authority staff, authority officers, or authority board members, or the consultants representing the authority with this solicitation and project once the advertisement of the solicitation has been published, and until the notice of final decision has been posted online regarding the award of this contract. However, the authority's contract and procurement manager or its designee may initiate communication with a proposer in order to obtain information or clarification needed related to this procurement. From the date of the advertisement until a notice of award is posted, all communications regarding this procurement shall be made by sending the following authority email address. That email address is procurement@tampa-xway.com. The schedule for today's meeting is as follows. A, we will do the pre-recorded presentation. B, we'll go into a question and answer session. And then C, we will conclude the meeting. Questions. All questions are to be held until the end of the pre-recorded presentation. Zoom attendees, please submit your questions when the session allows in the chat. Our technical advisory staff will be assisting and reviewing the questions submitted, and the PM will respond to those questions, which can be answered during the industry forum. The team will do their best to respond to all questions submitted. Take note, no oral representations or discussions, including the response to questions given orally today, will be binding on the authority. If you wish to submit additional questions or ones that are not responded to today, please submit those directly to the authority by emailing the procurement office at procurement@tampa-xway.com. Those questions will be responded to and posted on the THEA website. The presentation will be posted on the THEA website procurement page following the meeting. With that, I will hand it over for the presentation to begin.
The operational back office system is a high priority project for the Tampa-Hillsborough Expressway Authority. As identified in the pre-recorded presentation that we are about to play, THEA will also be advertising a roadside toll collection system procurement in the spring. So be looking for that on THEA's website for the posting and advertisement of that project. With that said, let's go ahead and roll the video of the pre-recorded presentation.
You have that one? Just let them know where.
operational back office called TOBS. THEA. Welcome to the Industry Forum for the Operational Back Office Project, or OBOS. The project roles, including the supporting engineering firms for the project, are shown here. The project scope is the design, testing, deployment, operation, and maintenance of the Tampa-Hillsborough Expressway Authority, or THEA's operational back office. The project replaces THEA's existing operational back office called TOBS. THEA's project goals are to develop and implement a system which has high security, is modular and scalable, provides resiliency and redundancy, has high availability, incorporates enhanced reporting and data analytics, and has low capital and operating cost. Project scope. The scope of the work for the project encompasses all the major work elements you would expect for a modern operational back office system for a toll agency. OBOS shall be THEA's system of record for all transactions. It shall track toll transactions from the time of receipt from the roadside system through final disposition of the toll transaction. OBOS shall interface with THEA's roadside toll collection system, the commercial back office owned and operated by Florida's Turnpike Enterprise, the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicle Administration, and THEA's contracted collection agency. The system shall provide reporting and data analytics tools for the agency and support special programs, such as a discount program. Transactions are initiated at the roadside toll collection system. THEA has a single toll facility, the Leroy Selman Expressway. The Selman Expressway has 17 toll plazas and collects toll transaction information such as vehicle license plate, vehicle classification, and whether the vehicle has a transponder in it. THEA is currently developing the procurement documents for the procurement of a new roadside toll collection system, which will replace the legacy roadside system. OBOS will need to interface to both the legacy roadside toll collection system and, as the new roadside toll collection system is deployed, the new roadside toll collection system. Potential proposers should note that image review of license plates for the determination of the vehicle's license plate number occurs with the roadside toll collection system and not in OBOS. THEA has a well-established agreement with Florida's Turnpike Enterprise for the processing of toll transactions. OBOS shall interface to and provide toll transaction information to the Turnpike's commercial back office system, known as the Centralized Customer Service System, or CCSS. The CCSS takes the transaction information and determines whether the transaction can be associated with a prepaid customer account, such as SunPass or any interoperable partners established by the Turnpike. If the CCSS cannot associate the transaction with a prepaid account, it will attempt to find the registered owner of the vehicle associated with the license plate that was provided by OBOS and invoice the customers for their tolls due. The CCSS will send back the transaction to THEA if no payment is received. Throughout the processing steps implemented by the CCSS, THEA will receive transaction amendments which identify what step in the process the transaction is in, including payment information on the transactions. THEA has contracted with a collections agency for the pursuit of any tolls which have not been paid through the processes implemented by the commercial back office. OBOS shall interface to the collections agency, providing transaction and registered owner of vehicle information needed by the collection agency for the pursuit of the toll debt. Similar to the interface with the CCSS, OBOS shall receive transaction amendments from the collection agency, identifying when transactions have been paid by the customer. Florida statutes provide for the issuance of a registration hold by THEA for customers who have vehicles registered in the state of Florida that have not paid their tolls. In a process that runs concurrent to the issuance of toll transactions to THEA's collection agency, THEA may issue a registration hold on the Florida license plate associated with the unpaid toll debt. OBOS shall interface with the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles for the placement and release of vehicle registration holds. As THEA's system of record for toll transactions, a key component of OBOS is the system's reporting, dashboards, and data analytics capabilities. OBOS shall provide reports and tools to evaluate transaction trends, data comparison, queries, and predictive analytics, as well as the reconciliation of expected revenue from transaction amendments to settlements provided by the CCSS and THEA's collection agency. OBOS shall also provide system reports, which identify system and subsystem performance and any anomalies. OBOS shall support special projects such as discount programs implemented by THEA. The system shall have the capability to support discount and other programs that are based on a select group of THEA customers, transaction volumes, transaction location, vehicle classification, and other parameters. Project phases. The OBOS project has two phases, a design and implementation phase and an operations and maintenance phase. The design and implementation phase commences with notice to proceed and continues through system acceptance, while the operations and maintenance phase begins at system go live and continues until the end of the contract. The two phases overlap. The design and implementation phase includes the development, submittal, and approval of project management and system design documentation, migration of the legacy toll systems data from TOBS to OBOS, system design, testing, and deployment. The operations and maintenance phase includes system monitoring, system maintenance, resolution of system issues, and change management. The selected contractor is expected to have well-developed and consistently executed project management documents. The documentation includes a project management plan, a software development plan, a quality control and quality assurance plan, a risk management plan, a disaster recovery plan, a security management plan, a project schedule, and monthly progress reports and regular project meetings with agendas and minutes. System documentation required to be developed by the selected contractor includes a requirements traceability matrix, which is used in both design and testing, the system design document, a training plan, user manuals, a data migration plan, a transition plan, a master test plan, an individual test plans and scripts, a maintenance plan, and a succession plan. The operational back-office system shall include a production system with a replicated reporting database, a development system, a test system, and a disaster recovery system. System testing includes both formal testing and demonstrations. The formal tests include external interface test, a factory acceptance test, an operational readiness and user acceptance test, a security network penetration test, which shall be conducted before go live and periodically throughout the life of the contract, a disaster recovery test, a go live test, a roadside toll collection system integration test, and a toll site commissioning test, which are both associated with the integration of the separately contracted new roadside toll collection system and a system acceptance test. A staging database for THEA's legacy tolls data shall be available to the OBOS contractor for the migration of legacy data from TOBS to OBOS. The OBOS contractor is responsible for both the data migration plan and testing and validation of the migrated data. Upon the successful completion of all prerequisite system documentation, design, and testing, OBOS will go live as THEA's system of record. At go live, OBOS will interface with the legacy TOBS system, the commercial back-office system, THEA's collection agency, and the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. THEA anticipates that OBOS will go live before the new roadside toll collection system. However, the contractor shall be responsible for having a contingency plan if the new roadside toll collection system goes live first. This plan would include completion of the prerequisite roadside toll collection system integration test to validate that OBOS can communicate with the new roadside toll collection system. Procurement. THEA is using a two-phased procurement approach for the OBOS project. The first phase is a shortlisting process where proposers shall submit an expanded letter of response, or ELOR. THEA's evaluation committee will review and evaluate the ELORs and select 3 to 5 proposers to continue into Phase 2 of the procurement. Phase 2 includes the submittal of a technical and a price proposal, as well as an interview and demonstration by the proposers. The expanded letters of response shall be an 11-page document, not including the supporting pass-fail documentation. The ELOR shall include a cover letter, proposed staffing, a high-level approach to the design and implementation, and the operations and maintenance of the project. Additional documentation that is not counted toward the 11-page limit includes proof of insurance, proof of bonding capacity, disclosure of proposer claims, a conflict of interest attestation, and proposer financial information. The submittal of this additional documentation is part of a pass-fail criteria, with a failure to submit this documentation or meet the requirements identified in the procurement document will result in a proposer being considered non-responsive. A total of 100 points are available for the ELOR, allocated across the criteria identified in the slide. It should be noted that the ELOR scoring will not carry forward into the final selection. Shortlisted firms will be invited to submit technical and price proposals. Technical proposals will include the information identified in the slide. There will be page limitations and other formatting criteria identified in the procurement document. The technical proposals will be evaluated by the evaluation committee based on the following point allocations. The final technical proposal score will be determined as the average of each evaluator's score. A total of 75 points are available for the technical proposals. Price proposal forms and instructions will be provided to shortlisted proposers. Proposers must utilize the forms provided by THEA for the completion of their price proposal. Pricing includes both the design and implementation phase, as well as the operations and maintenance phase. Proposers will be required to provide loaded labor rates as identified in the price proposal instructions and forms. The labor rates will be used to assess the cost of potential future work orders beyond the scope of work in the procurement document and will be combined with pricing information for the design and implementation and the operations and maintenance phase to obtain the price that will be used as the basis for evaluation. A total of 25 points is available for price proposals. The calculation of the price proposal score for a proposer uses the formula 25 points multiplied by the lowest price of all price proposals divided by the proposer's price proposal. As part of Phase 2 of the procurement, a 90-minute demonstration and interview session will be conducted with shortlisted proposers. The demonstration and interview will follow the outline shown in this slide. The question and answer part of the session will allow time for the evaluation committee to ask questions of the proposer about their technical proposal. While the demonstration and interview session will not have independent scoring that will factor into the evaluation process of Phase 2 of the procurement, the information obtained during the demonstration and interview may be used by the evaluation committee in the evaluation and scoring of the technical proposal. The intended selected proposer will be the responsive and responsible proposer whose proposer score, calculated by summing the technical and price proposal scores, is the highest. The major milestones of the preliminary procurement schedule are provided in this slide. The expanded final procurement schedule will be included in the RFP. Please note that the schedule is subject to change, and this is a preliminary schedule of major project milestones. Following advertisement, the documents will be located at the website listed. All questions should be emailed to the THEA procurement office at the email listed. Note, the cone of silence remains in place for all THEA staff, board members, and supporting consultants. This presentation or verbal representations made at this meeting are not binding on THEA. The RFP and any addendums are the official project documents and communications. All questions should be emailed to the THEA procurement office at the email address shown. Thank you for your interest in the Operational Back Office System project.
Okay, the chat is now open again for anyone participating to ask any questions regarding the operational back office procurement. Please submit your questions in chat. Does anyone have any questions? We'll leave it open for another minute or two. We are not seeing any questions come in yet. There's a question regarding the video presentation. The video presentation that was just presented will be on THEA's website sometime after the meeting. So you can look on THEA's website to find the video recording that was just presented. There's a question, is the procurement covering just the Selman Expressway, or are there other plans for other future facilities? The Tampa-Hillsborough Expressway Authority is looking at other facilities. At this time, the only tolled facility is the Leroy Selman Expressway. The contract is a 8-year initial contract with two-year extensions. During that time, additional facilities could potentially be brought on by the Tampa-Hillsborough Expressway Authority. There's a question, is there a preference for deployment in the cloud or on premise? It's a good question. There is not a preference. The procurement is being developed that proposers can propose a on-premises solution, a cloud-based solution, or some combination of the two. There's a question regarding the demonstration interview will be assigned some of the 75 points of the technical proposal. It will not. Although the evaluation committee can use the information from the demonstration interview in the evaluation criteria that is part of the technical proposal. So the question, if we can show the procurement calendar again. As identified during the pre-recorded video, this schedule is subject to change, but the current plan is to have the advertisement on December 2nd of this year.
All right, at this time, since we haven't received any additional questions, please be reminded that if you would like to submit a question after today's industry forum, please do so at the procurement email address, procurement@tampa-xway.com, and we'll be able to address those as they come in. If there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and conclude the industry forum. Thank you all for attending.